Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Players Zone YouTube channel and welcome to our review of last night's Euro 2024 opener. Germany absolutely battering Scotland for 90 minutes. It was a one-way affair. We thought it'd be one way, but not this bad. And I guess it was enhanced by that red card there towards the end of the first half. But boy, what a performance for the Germans coming to this tournament as, I guess you can say, slight favourites, but nowhere near the likes of the French and the English. And I guess some people have the Portuguese as a bit higher than them as well. But we see there's a great balance. I talked about this in the prediction video. There's a great balance in the young players who showed up early on this game. And they're all set up by the older players, like the Ilkay Gundogan, Toni Kroos, and a really experienced backline of Manuel Neuer alongside Jonathan Tah, and also Antonio Rudiger back there. And you got the younger guys, Jamal Musiala, Florian Wirtz, the younger international players like Pascal Gross, Maximilian Mitchell, they're all doing a really great job in this game. And it's very exciting to see now. We've seen how they work in a group. We've seen how they've played in some of the friendlies versus France and in some of the warm-up games. And they've seen it now in a competition-type game. It seems to be very fluid, a mobile front line, and a lot of creativity in that midfield area there. So really exciting to see what this team can do, because it was a real benchmark set last night. I was said, we're going to be at this level. Can you come and meet us there? Can the French, can the English, Spanish, Portuguese, can they go and match that level? Because it was a very high benchmark set early on against a very hard-working Scottish side, but a Scottish side that just didn't have enough in this game to compete with what Germany had to offer. It was shot early on. Florian Wirtz went close to scoring basically in the first few minutes. He was deemed offside and a save there from the Scottish keeper, but that was a sign of things to come as Florian Wirtz would find the back of the net in the 10th minute. Again, all set up by Toni Kroos in the centre of midfield. No one was pressuring him. He had all the time. They will pick the pass, spread the game wide to Joshua Kimmich there on the right flank, and he whipped the ball in, cutting it back across the area, edge of the area. Florian Wirtz comes onto it and smacks it into the back of the net. For a well-deserved 1-0 lead in the 10th minute, absolutely dominated the first 10 minutes. I reckon it was about 75% possession and all the chances. And it was a theme of things that come because Jamal Musiala would find at the back of the net as well. 2-0 in the 19th minute. Ilkay Gundogan with a great defence-splitting pass, playing in Kai Havertz, who I thought could have had a shot, but decided to turn that option down, turn back into danger, and play the ball to Jamal Musiala. He had a very good first touch to get away from the defender, compose himself, and rifle that into the top left corner to make it 2-0 after 19 minutes. And once again, well-deserved, but a common trend there. First goal, Toni Kroos sets it up from deep line positions, sprays the ball out wide to get around this low block and central low block that Scotland put in place. And the second goal was set up by Ilkay Gundogan, picking a pass in between the lines, splitting those three centre-halves at the back and finding Kai Havertz, who was fantastic in this game. I probably won't talk about him enough, but he was fantastic in terms of his running, his ability to be open, his fluidity up top to allow the likes of Florian Wirtz, Leroy Sané when he came on, and also Jamal Musiala to play freely. You know, Kai Havertz might have to play a bit of an unselfish role in this tournament as being that guy to just sort of dump the ball to and let others play around him. But he did a fantastic job in this game here. And that was sort of the theme for the first sort of 20 to 30 minutes here, that Germany would dominate the ball. We expected that, but Scotland had none of it. Every time they got the ball, they'll press out the pitch. They'll force to hack the ball clear, and Rudiger and Tah will clean it up and get going again. Because I think for the first half an hour, I don't think Scotland got a touch in the German half. It was really, really one-way traffic. And I guess the key trend, I kept saying it, Toni Kroos. He was the key trend. I don't know why this guy's retiring, because he looked like he had a day on the ball to pick his pass, to pick the time. He was playing 1-2s off defenders. They were just handing him the ball. The Germans said, take the ball, you take us forward. And it was pretty obvious that Scotland needed to go and press him with the football. They started to do that more towards the end of the first half. Scott McTominay and even Ryan Christie going and pressing Toni Kroos, because he basically became a third centre-half, picking the balls of the centre-backs, driving into a dangerous spot, and then playing the pass. And I'll come to his stats later on, but he didn't miss many. I tell you what, he was fantastic in this game here. And that was a trend early on. Scotland, not much of the ball. They were fighting, but they had no ability to hold the ball up and take time in possession and just take the sting out of the game, because it was all one-way traffic. And then finally, the game, I guess, was changed in many regards. Portis made an awful challenge, and Ilkay Gundogan in the area. VAR looked at it, gave the penalty, gave the red card to Porteous. So just before half-time, they were down to 10 men, Scotland, and the penalty was smartly converted by Kai Havertz, sending the keeper the wrong way. So 3-0 going into half-time, down to 10 men. Kai Havertz getting the goal he deserved. Musiala and Wirtz, the other guys in the front three, all scoring. This young front three, all of 25 years or younger. You know, it's the future. And Kai Havertz, I'm a big fan of. I think he was a great signing for Arsenal. And when he did come the back end of the season was fantastic. Scored big goals in big moments and capitalised. And I feel like for Germany, I said in the prediction video, you got to get in goals early. They gave him the penalty, he scored that, give him the confidence, because when this guy's firing, and this guy is going to be number 9, it looks like, it's so important for this team and so important for his confidence and his football. When he plays at his best, there's not many players in the world that can be like Kai Havertz. He's a different type of player, a long, lankier player, has the ability to hold the ball up, can play in behind, great with the ball at his feet. He's so multifaceted. I mean, you've got the likes of him. You got the ever-present Jamal Musiala, who was just had the ball in a string last night. You've got the X-factor and flair that Florian Wirtz has. It's a front three that's not your usual type. It's basically 3 number 10s playing in there, but they're so mobile, they're so dynamic, and they're so fluid in the way they play their football. It's so hard to defend. And this Germans and this Scottish side, I didn't know bad at all. The tackle there from Portis before half-time killed him off, but they weren't poor. It was just that the Germans were so on it. They were so spectacular in the final third. I think it's all down to that young talent in the front line there. So, as I said, 3-0 going to half-time. It would go to be quite similar in the second half. Wirtz had a key chance. Jamal Musiala, Middlestat, Sane had massive chances. Finally, Nicholas Füllkrug off the bench was scoring in the 68th minute. I tell you what, this is why I love this guy as well. It was 1 touch, 2 touch, back of the net, and it was blasted into the top bins. This is what this guy's all about, a proper number 9. I feel like it could be some rotation in certain games. You need that real clinical finisher. You don't go to Kai Havertz, you go to Nicholas Füllkrug, because this guy, with basically one of his first few touches, and only took 2 touches, found the back of the net, and it was a smashing finish from just outside the area, find that top corner there to make it 4-0 in the 68th minute. Scotland would have a bit of a consolation type goal in the 87th minute with Rudiger heading in McKenna's effort towards goal. So an own goal for Antonio Rudiger in the 87th minute, and Emre Can came off the bench. 2 goal scorers off the bench in the 93rd minute. He came on, edge of the area, picked his spot right in the corner. Fantastic finish to cap off a fantastic 5-star display, a 5-1 win for Germany. And as I said, the benchmark is set now. The hosts obviously have pressure being the host, but I feel like a lot's been talked about France. I like to talk about England, a bit about Spain with Lamine Yamal, obviously Portugal, Cristiano Ronaldo. And this team is definitely a team up there. You think about the Netherlands as well. I think Germany and the Netherlands have a similar sort of story where, yes, they're talked about, but they're not talked about to the extent of other teams with some massive players. So they might slide a little bit under the radar in terms of they're not the big boys in this tournament that everyone expects to be in the final. They've got a really solid team, well coached under Nagelsmann. And this performance here, this is anything to go by, and how they brought on players and how they managed the game. Thomas Muller coming on, Nicholas Füllkrug coming on, Emre Can coming on. There's depth here, Leroy Sane as well. There's depth, there's quality. And I talked about it in the podcast a lot leading up to the tournament. Jamal Musiala and Florian Wirtz will be as far as Germany can go. If they can take them far, they will go far. And it's a good start already. If anyone's thinking it was just Bundesliga is a poor league and they're not going to carry that form over, well, they've absolutely done that here. In the first 20 minutes, they stamped their mark in this game here. And I feel like it's the young kicks sort of vibe. The young kids, the teenagers will take you as far as Germany can go. It's a common trend for many teams. You think about England as well. Jude Bellingham, a young player, he might carry them far. It's just these younger players. Lamine Yamal at Spain. I feel like this tournament's a tournament for the young stars that come out and show what they're all about. And don't get me wrong, there's talent all over the pitch for Germany, and arguably the oldest player on the pitch, Toni Kroos, was the best player of the game, most influential player. But I think they're going to win these games and go deep in the tournament. These 2 on the flanks here, Jamal Musiala and Florian Wirtz, will be the difference makers for me. Brings us to some of the key players for the game. As again, Kai Havertz was fantastic. He got the 8.0 SofaScore rating. So they're man of the match in terms of their rating system. Just did the small things right. And I feel like got the goal deserved from the penalty. Was dangerous at all times. Always close and in and around the area. A dangerous option. And as I said, really plays that selfless role and allowing Jamal Musiala and Florian Wirtz to do their best work. By having to drop in at times, open up spaces for them, drift out wide to open up the channels. Did a fantastic job of that and just carried over his form from Arsenal, which is really good to see. Because as I said, he'll look like he'll be the starting forward. Can he continue to be that goal-scoring threat? That's going to be the key for Germany. Then we come to Jamal Musiala. Many people's man of the match, not my man of the match, but was very, very close. Obviously got the goal, the 59 touches, 5 out of 8 successful dribbles. It felt like the ball was just stuck to his feet last night in tight areas. Fantastic. Outside the foot, inside the foot, little jink in and out. Fantastic in this game here. 9 out of 10, 9 out of 15 ground duels, 1 interception, 2 tackles, and the 7.9 match rating. Just felt like he was a part of everything good that the German side did, always connecting the game up. Always that link between midfield and then to the fullbacks of Maximilian Mittelstadt and also Joshua Kimmich got very high and wide, especially with how condensed Scotland were. So he was fantastic in terms of getting that link between the midfield and eventually the fullbacks going as well. Florian Wirtz, a personal favourite of mine. Only the 63 minutes, but I was really upset about because he seemed to be building into this game here. Got the opening goal to open up the Euro 2024 campaign. Now becomes the youngest ever opening goal scorer at a European Championship finals. He got the one guy that said only misplaced 2 passes, won 2 out of the 4 of the ground duels, a 7.5 match rating. Probably not as influential as what Jamal Musiala was in terms of the link-up play and the ball playing and the facilitation for the team going forward, but he's always a part of that end product. He was always the one at the end of it. I think he had 4 shots in this game, 2 on target, 2 off target, gets the goal, but was always very, very dangerous. The ball didn't land to him. He was always making that run in behind, though. He was helping stretch the back line. I think a very underrated role considering he didn't get the same amount of touch as the likes of Musiala and some of the other midfielders in this team. Quick shouts for my man of the match, Robert Andrich in midfield, another player who I absolutely love watching. He's that brute force in midfield, does a lot of the dirty work. And again, fantastic. Obviously, gets the yellow card, so he has to be substituted for Pascal Gross, but he was fantastic. Maximilian Mittelstadt as well, another player of mine who's a bit of a favourite. Up and down that fullback position, like we expected. Some of the delivery had to be a bit improved, not at his sort of Stuttgart type best, but really, really impressive in this game here, especially for his first major tournament. And also the back, Rudiger and Tar. Not much to do, but did it well. They swept up well. They cleaned up well back there and were fantastic in this game in terms of doing the small things right. Obviously, very unlucky with Rudiger with the own goal. That brings me my player of the game, and I've said his name about 5 times already in this video. It's Toni Kroos. Please, mate, you can't retire now. He's getting better and better with age. Fantastic for Real Madrid in the Champions League run. Then starts his tournament off fantastically well. 80 minutes, 101 out of 102 passes completed, over 100 touches of the ball, 4 key passes, 1 interception, 100% long balls, 8 out of 8 from there, and the 7.9 match rating on SofaScore. Was everywhere, was pivotal to this game. The first half where Germany dominated and dictated the game, it was all starting with him. He was the cog that got them turning. As I said, picks the ball up off the centre halves, plays 1-2s with basically every single German player. It is clear to see that their job is to get Toni Kroos the ball and get Toni Kroos space to allow to play forward. It's pretty simple. Pascal Gross leaving it for Toni Kroos. You know, think about Pascal Gross, the quality he's got. Joshua Kimmich laying it off to Toni Kroos. Rudiger, some of the great horizontal diagonal balls he can play off to Toni Kroos. It's pretty simple for them. All good things will come through Toni Kroos, and that will force feed Toni Kroos the ball. And when he's playing 101 out of 102 passes correctly, there's a valid reason for doing so. So another fantastic performance, showing that age is just a number for him. And I'm so furious that he's going to be retiring after this tournament because there is so much more footballing to come from this guy here. But fair enough, he's going to go on a high. He could do it in the most ultimate fashion, winning the league, winning the Champions League, and maybe even the European Championship, because this was a great game for Germany. As I said, 5-1. Fantastic from start to finish. Fair play to Scotland. It sounds weird to say there's been a 5-1 result. They weren't that bad. They competed well. Obviously, that penalty just before halftime really didn't help their progress in the game. Portugal is a really poor challenge. But look to the likes, in this game, Kieran Tierney was really solid. Andy Robertson really solid as well. Obviously, the goalkeeper, fantastic. Will make some big saves and coming out to sweep a keep at times as well. I think Ryan Christie worked hard without much of the ball at his feet. So there was definitely some positive signs there, but just not the day for the Scottish. So you can almost say they're knocked out by this first game here. There's a lot of an uphill battle for them to come. But I guess you're going to have to get a big win and then maybe a close win or a draw to follow that up if you're going to have any chance of qualifying through. But -4 goal difference after one game is not great at all. But you know what it is great for? It's for the Germans. They were fantastic in this game here. That brings my wrap-up of the first game of the European Championship to an end. What a game for Germany. What a game for those young players. Musiala, Wirtz, they'll probably win the title somewhere because these guys were fantastic. And the ageless Toni Kroos just continues to surprise me, continues to show that there is no decline in this game. He's got a limited time on the ball. He's a fantastic passer of the ball and a true leader on the pitch. If you guys enjoyed the video, guys, smash a like on it. More of this stuff to come. Please also subscribe to the channel, share the channel with mates, and press that post notification bell so you know we upload more videos like these. Obviously, the live stream was supposed to go up last night. I had a bit of technical problems, so it didn't go live, but there'll definitely be a live stream here for the second night. I think we've got the middle of the games tonight. I'll be live streaming that. Obviously, a double header on Super Sunday as well. More reaction videos in the morning, more prediction videos. The podcast returns on Tuesday as well, so be excited for that as we talk all things Euros, Ballon d'Or, and the season wrap-up in general with a bit of transfer stuff in there as well. So Please come along for the journey. All new faces are much appreciated here in the channel. With that being said, ladies and gents, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the upcoming football action, and I'll see you guys in the video or podcast very, very soon. Till next time, guys. See you later.